Hi, this is Kimberly from Are You Awakening, and I'm here for a quick video about timelines. I've had some people ask me, can I explain timelines? And it's really pretty basic, so shouldn't take me too long unless I go off on one of my tangents. So timelines are basically a linear line that has a past, a present, and a future. Now, in the real world outside of Earth, there really is no linear time, so it's just one of the constructs that we've decided to use on this planet so we can slow down the process of life and watch it go by. So there's an infinite number of timelines where there's a specific past, a present, and a future, and we can demonstrate that right here. So come along with me and let's do a little experiment. So put your hand right out in front of you, just like that, and look at it, and now move it. Okay? You just jumped like gazillion timelines right there. So there was a timeline here where your hand was like this, and then there's another one where your hand is like this, and 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 this, like this. And each one of those timelines has its own specific past and its own specific future, along with the present of the moving of the hand. So what's that mean for you? Well, you're changing timelines a lot, and there are also a bunch of props in our world that are shared amongst timelines. So my handy pen. Okay, if someone came into my house and saw it, they would see this pen and they would be blue, maybe a different blue for them than the blue I see, but it would still be a pen. So there's a bunch of props that we're sharing, and that's why the collective can see something pretty similar. And by the way, that's a construct too, because on other planets, some of them in the Andromeda galaxy, they don't do that. It's totally different. So someone could come in and see my pen, but it wouldn't look like a pen, it would look like a fork to them. And that's totally okay. We can live together, and that can be a fork for her and a pen for me. Okay, I went off on a tangent, but it was kind of fun. All right, so the thing with timelines is every single potentiality exists, meaning that everywhere your hand could possibly move, there's already an answer for it. Sort of like a computer game, where anywhere that you turn, there's already a response. And the thing about timelines is you can use that to your advantage. So you want something, you keep your eyes focused on it, right? If you move I don't mean your physical eyes, although depends on what you want, I guess. There's plenty of things I want that look good to me, but okay. So when there's something that you want, it's a great idea to keep your mind focused on it, because if you move your mind away from it, guess what happens? You're going on a different timeline, and that's a completely different future for you. So keep your eyes on the prize, my friends, and keep going, keep choosing that same timeline for whatever you want, and you will get there faster. That's why they say, be joyous, keep focusing on what you want, is because it keeps you on a similar timeline. Now, so here's what happens when you really want something. This is just an aside. It's not a tangent, it's an aside. When you really want something, be careful about telling your friends about it, because they'll be all excited for you. Maybe they'll do research, or they'll send you news about that thing. And you want to avoid that if you can for something you really want, because they're not on your timeline all the time, right? They may have chosen a timeline in which whatever you want is not a good idea for you, or is hard for you to get. I'm using that in quotes too, because that's an assessment. It's a personal assessment. But they could give you something like a doubt that just puts a seed in your mind. You're like, maybe it's too hard for me to get. Keep all that stuff out. You don't need it. You keep your eyes on the prize. You stay on the timeline that's working for you. If there's a timeline that you would rather be on, like you would rather lose weight, let's say, then you keep your eye on that prize. You act like you've already lost that weight, and guess what? you jump over to that timeline. Ah, see, now it gets fun. Yeah. All right. So if you want to learn more about that, check out the Mandela Effect, like Nelson Mandela, themandelaeffect.com. That's a site that has documented differences in timelines for people that are still alive. So some people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison, like I do, and then some people remember him dying just recently, like my brother does. We're in the same family, and we were on different timelines. That's wild. So timelines, you're changing a billion times a second anyway, so you may as well change to something that you want, right? All right. Any more questions, you can catch up with us on Twitter, Are You Awakening, or leave in the comments below. Until next time, don't forget, always be you, all the time. Love.